Oh, champ. Run up these likes, man. Tony Yayo done crashed out on Fab. Yeah, he done crashed out on Fabolous. He says, why you dissing Fifth after G Unit helped save your career? Yeah, champs, it's getting nasty. All champs. Tony Yayo finally speaks out. And it's looking kind of wild, gang. I want y'all to smash up on that like. I want y'all to hit the like. When the video's done, you gotta make sure you hit the hype button. Yayo's wow, right? Now he got up on, what is this, the Brilliant Idiots podcast? I think that's what it is. I don't know. But Andrew Schultz is up there, just so y'all know. And guess what? Yayo is speaking his mind, champs. Right, I want y'all to smash up on like button and take a look at this madness that is ensuing. Let's take a look, shall we?
Guy that they saying is better than Banks wanted to sign to our label,
right,
and we took him overseas. He didn't take us overseas. 50 took him overseas.
Yeah.
So when you make a diss record about him, right?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, 50 does a lot for people, but then people always seem to turn on him.
Oh, really?
That's how I feel.
So hold on. Wait a second, yeah. What are you trying to say? Who took Fab overseas? Repeat that.
That they saying is better than Banks wanted to sign to our label,
right,
and we took him overseas. He didn't take us overseas. 50 took him overseas.
Yeah.
So when you make a diss record about him, right?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, 50 does a lot for people, but then people always seem to turn on him.
Oh, really?
That's how I feel.
Oh, well, that's...
For instance, when
So Fab, 50 saved your career. He took you overseas, champ. Yeah, he took you overseas. You heard it here, champ. He took you overseas, champ. Not the other way around, champ. Oh, champ, why you over there dissing Fifth after he took you across the water, champ? That's kind of wild. I ain't going lie, gang. Oh, champ, but let's
well, that's...
For instance, when DJ Khaled is hot, what do motherfuckers do? Stand next to the fire. I'm gonna go get a Khaled record.
That's every industry.
We didn't have the same advantages because of the hate. So let me give you the perfect example. A lot of Fab's biggest records are with features. Other people wrote the record, and he's featured on it. Did he do a good job on it? Yes. When you go to Karma and all the records that Banks has, he wrote the hook that Avant made. Joe, he wrote the hook. He wrote the record. Fab's biggest records are features, brother. And then you want to talk about J and M? But Fab sold 16 million.
Yes.
What are we judging artists on? You want your artists to be in clubs like me? Because it's cool. I could do. Or do you want them to be in arenas?
Yeah, arenas. You want them with the nails painted? Or do you want them to survive in Rikers 2-3 years?
On.
But objectively, Fab is nice.
Come on.
Objectively,
I'm
he's
not
nice
saying
at rap.
he's not nice.
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely nice, but I feel Banks is better. A lot of...
Yo, listen. This has been a long, drawn-out topic for years. First of all, this hasn't just been a topic since, you know, the disses and all that, since the Squatters' Rights freestyle from the Let's Rap About It podcast. It's been years that we've heard about this Fab Banks whole clash. We've heard about this for ages, champs. 20 plus years we've heard about this. Who's better, Fab or Banks? People says that Banks copied Fab. Some say Fab copied Banks. Some think Fab's better than Banks. Some think Banks is better than Fab. Well, one of these guys is dubbed the PLK, right? And it's only Banks who's been dubbed the PLK, okay? But does it mean that Banks is overall better than Fab? Who's had the better career chance? I mean, I think if we're going to put it into perspective with catalog, it's kind of obvious that Fab has the better catalog. However, ball for ball, if we want to go ball for ball, it's pretty obvious that Banks is better. I mean, right now, like I said it before, we put money on the floor. I put the house on Banks. I'm putting the house on Blue Hefner every single time because I know in my heart of hearts that Banks would do Fab crazy. Now, does Fab have the capabilities of losing his mind? I don't know anymore. I haven't seen Fab at peak levels in a long time, but I have seen Banks at peak levels recently. Actually, Banks has only got better with time as far as bars are concerned. I ain't gonna lie, but is Fab still as hungry as he was. Does he still have those skill sets that he once had prior? I don't know, but I'm putting the house on Banks if need be. I'm just saying, but let's proceed.
His biggest records or features, a lot of Banks big, the hottest in the streets. And the reason why I give you these examples, because Fab was on our tour, buddy. And Fab wanted to sign with us, buddy. So who's better?
This hurts being from Far Rock.
So
I
who's better?
love both
They
of them.
always try to take away
Both of
from
them.
50. Get rich or die trying. It's like 25 years later.
Yeah,
he
you
does
can't.
more shows than anybody.
No, you can't.
Your
Yeah.
favorite rapper can't get a Live Nation contract.
Come on,
Your
Yayo.
favorite
Jay-Z,
rapper.
Jay-Z.
Come on, Yayo.
Your favorite rap,
Jay-Z.
Jay Ken with Beyonce and everybody else.
No.
But what I'm saying
Stop
is
it.
that
your
a world
favorite,
tour?
your
Get outta
favorite
here.
rapper can't.
Or is that your girl's tour?
Look,
Come on,
your
yo.
favorite,
Come on.
your favorite rapper can't turn down $8 million.
50's not in the
Exactly.
Epstein file.
Yeah, exactly.
50's not in the Epstein
Listen,
file.
look,
Exactly.
Eminem could turn down $8 million, bro.
Yes.
You done seen that? Eminem turned down tours, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, yo, we give you $300 million, $400 million. Nah, I don't want to do
good.
that.
Yeah.
Way back.
M's in my
With
top
Haley,
5.
Oh, check. You see what's going on, gang. Oh, check. Yo, look. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say Banks got a better catalog than Fab. But apparently there's some truth that Fab wanted to sign a G Unit, champ. Never did. Apparently 50 Cent brought Fab on tour and all that. And apparently Fab wanted to sign with G Unit and what have you. But never did, champ. All right. However, apparently 50 the first person to bring Fab overseas. Oh shit, I don't know, gang, but it's not looking good for those guys over there at the Cold Weather Podcast indoors. I'm gonna just say that. All right. Now again, when it comes to Banks and Fab, I'm picking Fab if we talking catalog. But if we talking bar for bar, champ, yeah, it ain't even close. Banks are wipe the floor with Fab. I'm just gonna be honest about the situation, y'all. I'm just being honest. Like, if you ain't heard Banks recently, don't talk. Don't say nothing. If you ain't heard no recent Banks, do not talk. You can't say nothing. It's levels. It's levels, bro. It's levels. Right now, Banks is in samurai mode. Fab, I don't know what mode he's in, champ. I don't know what mode Fab is in. If he were a ball for ball, Fab versus Banks, it's not really close. And again, I love Fab's old stuff. Fab has classics. You go back to the Desert Storm mixtape ever, there's some classics there. But Banks has more classics when it comes to bars because he's never really stopped with his bars. His bar level has only increased. Fab, I don't know where you at right now. Feel me? You ain't nowhere near where Banks is at though. And that's not a bias at all. It's just a fact. You can't touch Banks right now, gang. I'm just gonna be honest about the situation. You can't do nothing to Banks. A lot of people can't do nothing with Banks. There's only a very select few that can, if I'm being real about the situation. There's only a select few, if we being real. Some might disagree, but some are not listening. You're not listening, Chip. You're not listening. You're going off here, say you hate 50 and all that. That's cool, Chip. Listen, I don't hate nobody. I'm just honest about what's going on here. Now, it's quite obvious that 50 ain't rapping with nobody. It's just not going to happen. The man is caught up in his business affairs. He's doing movies, he's doing shows, and what have you. Does he do like concerts and stuff? Sure, he'll do his pop outs and what have you. But don't expect him to be dropping no diss records because he's not going to do it. You feel me? Salute to Dooley in the chat who says Banks is more consistent. This is a fact. This is a fact. He's made better songs as of late. Again, yeah, Fab has dropped some new projects too. But again, these projects are not anything that's something like a prime Fab. It's not prime Fab no more. Banks is past his prime. He surpassed his prime with the bars that he's doing now. He's on a different tier. He's never stopped. His pen just gets better with age. Not everyone can say the same thing, champ. Not every rapper gets better with age. Usually a rapper with age gets washed up, and we've seen it happen to some of the greatest, champ. We've seen it happen with some of the greatest. All right? LL Cool J got washed up very early. All right, a lot of people want to act like LL Cool J is like still that guy. It's not true. This is just an example. Like LL Cool J's verse on 4321 is not even close to the top 3 verses on 4321. There are much better verses on 4321 outside of LL Cool J's verse. And to be honest, we could pair LL Cool J's verse with Master P's verse on 4321. If you know, you know. I was around for those times. I remember those times. It was a good time. But again, you know, when rappers get older, they either get washed up or they get better. Jay-Z still like that. Black Thought is still like that. Jay Electronica still like that. There's a certain artists that still like that in their old age. 3 Stacks, I don't know if 3 Stacks wants to rap anymore, but 3 Stacks in his old age is still crazy. He don't want to rap no more, but the 3 Stacks is still amazing. You feel what I'm saying? You just gotta be real about the situation. Echo Life says maybe because he beat up that guy that broke into his home. Who you talking about? L? That's the only person I know. You talking about LL Cool J. She also says they figured that he can still wash someone, so he isn't. Oh, you talking about because he can still fight? I know what you. I see what you're saying. Honestly, I don't care what LL can do physically. He can't rap like he can't rap on a high level. He just doesn't rap on a high level. Is he an innovator? Sure. Is LL one of the best lyricists of all time? Absolutely not. And if you say so, you're glazing. You're not telling the truth. Nobody ranks LL high as a lyricist. Nobody ranks LL high as a lyricist because he's not really that much of a lyricist. Like, okay, he beat Kool Moe Dee in the 80s. All right. Listen, the 80s is when LL was that guy for real. Like, outside of the 80s, when we get into the 90s, LL Cool J is not really the person you look for crazy bars, man. He's what the ladies love, right? Because that's his name. And that's cool, man. He was the R&B guy. That's cool, Chin. And yeah, physically, he can probably hurt some people, but that doesn't mean that he's a lyrical monster, Chin. All right, he just isn't. All right, in my opinion, he definitely lost to Cannabis. Cannabis definitely cooked L, not gonna lie. It is what it is, though. Nobody cares, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? People rather, side with the person that they're more familiar with, that they love, that they, that they just like. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just being honest about the situation. But back to the whole Fab and Banks combo. Look, man, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. All I'm saying is if I got money on the floor, it's going to Banks. Sorry, not sorry. And if you want to go against Banks, you go ahead and be a damn fool and do it. Trust the man. Fab ain't doing nothing to Banks right now. Nothing he will do to Banks. I promise. And I can prove it too. You dig? People just hate Fifth. Some of you bozos hate Queens. I don't care. I don't care if you hate Queens. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be hate in the city. New York don't like New York. It's always going to be that way. So, expect New Yorkers to hate New Yorkers. I see people saying, yo, you're separating New York. Nigga, New York already separated. Nigga, shut up. What? Nigga, we didn't like each other from the get-go. So it doesn't matter. This doesn't change anything. New York will always be a dog-eat-dog place, and niggas will always hate niggas. Sorry, not sorry. This is just the way of the towns. If you don't, and if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, nigga. This is where we come from. But what you say?
Just wanted to sign to our label, right, and we took him overseas. He didn't take us overseas. 50 took him overseas.
Yeah.
You hear that, Chet? Yeah, he took you overseas, Chet. Yeah, he flew you out. Not like he flew you out like you was an OF model, Chet. Now, I'm not calling you an OF model, but the nigga definitely got you flued out. You heard? Yeah, Chet. Yeah, Echo says Fabulous is not on some street-ish. Banks is about the streets. See, listen, I would agree with you, but that's not true. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be honest with you. Fab is on more street-ish than Banks is. I'll be real. No. You got it confused. No, Fab is definitely on street-ish. I won't disrespect Fab in such ways. You're wrong. No. Fab is on street, Tommy. Please believe. No. Fab, listen. All jokes aside, Fab is more on street timing than Banks is. I'll be real. Banks is not trying to do any street stuff. Now that doesn't mean that Banks is, soft or anything like that. But I'm just telling you, Fab is much more involved on street business than Banks is. I'll be real with you, champ. I ain't gonna sit up there and lie. All right, nah. Fab on the street levels, he's on street stuff. I'm just gonna be real. Not nowadays, but he was though. I'm just gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Fab is on street stuff. You might have not heard enough street stuff from Fab, but in general, nah. Fab knows people. Fab been around. Fab is not who you think he is. But if you listen to the old Fab, the ghetto Fab, yeah, you know exactly what's going on there, champ. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, don't forget, him and Paul Kane went to the mall out there in LA and packed up one of those bozos out west at the mall. Don't forget. Yeah, Fab and Paul Kane packed out some bozos that tried to run them down in the LA mall or what have you years ago. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm being real, nah, Fab is on more street stuff than Banks in general. I'll be real. Not nowadays, because they're both older now, and they both pushing, for 50 years old. They not young no more, so they probably don't even give a damn about no street stuff. But in general, overall, yeah, Fab is on that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, I would agree with you, but I know for a fact that Fab is on nonsense or used to be on nonsense. Because Fab getting older, man. Fab almost 50 years old. Niggas not in the streets no more. I would hope not. I hope niggas ain't like Jim Jones still trying to bang non-Trey Billy Badass still. Because you like a bozo, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Jimmy, you're a bozo, nigga. You still trying to bang non-Trey and you 50, nigga. Sit down, bro. Sit down. Like, I ain't telling you to drop your flag, but champ, you're not gangbang. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this nonsense? Nigga, you about 50 years old and you still trying to bang non-Trey. Listen, let the OGs be the OGs. Salute to all the OGs, but even the OGs of these gangs, because I've spoken to some of the real deal OGs of these gangs, bro. They not really trying to push no gang banging stuff. Nigga, you about to be 50 talking about I'm non-Trey, Big B, 93 gang and all that. Come on, champ. Get it together, bro. Get it together. Nigga, red ragging hard as hell. Like, bro, you about to be 50. What is this red ragging you're trying to do here, champ? Just stay healthy, champ. All right? You still posted outside the PJs in the corner store and all that. Like, come on, champ. 50 niggas still worried about some gang stuff? Come on, champ. Nasty word. Nasty work. I ain't gonna lie. Nasty work. Nigga talking about the Billies is at war. Well, champ, the Billies being at war shouldn't have nothing to do with you. Let the young niggas be young niggas. You right? Let the crash outs do their crash out business. You got a salt and pepper bid. You really ain't got no business crashing out or being invested in any gang members crashing out, champ. I'm gonna be honest. At a certain age, come on, bro. I mean, in general, I'm not really pro gang bang or nothing like that. Now, I know a lot about gangs and what have you. I know plenty of members and what have you. But even those niggas really ain't trying to do all that extra stuff. I'm going to be honest, champ. You dig? But listen. All I'm going to say is this, man. I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel in the comment section about all this madness. Do you agree with what Tony Yayo was saying? Do you agree with Yayo? Do you agree that, hey, maybe Fab shouldn't have tried to go at 50 after 50, help him go overseas for the first time as an artist? You let me know how you feel in the comment section, gang. And make sure you smashing up on a like. When the video is over, make sure you hit the hype button. But one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor. The one and only New York Mayor F. Mom Donnie, and you rocking with the 10 favorite Showface Stools to Spit Gotham, and you already know it's the time versus everybody at all times. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.